Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this session is our continuation of Palo Alto NAT. So in Palo Alto NAT we have already covered source NAT, and in source NAT we have already covered all the translation type like dynamic IP import, dynamic IP and static IP. So in this session we'll try to cover destination NAT, which is very important to understand and it is very widely used. There are a lot of people get confused um, when they are trying to add a destination NAT because little bit flow is different at the compare of other vendor. So it is very important to understand, guys. So in this session we'll try to configure destination NAT for one-to-one mapping, and then in upcoming session we'll try to configure destination NAT for port redirection. For example, someone trying to hit our public IP, that is egress interface IP on the port 3, and if you want to redirect that traffic to the 80, port number 80, so we can do that also. So that is called port redirection, guys. And then we'll try to cover destination net and DNS rewrite. So it is very important, and I'm going to explain from in depth, we can say, and then we'll try to cover destination net U-turn, destination U-turn net. Okay, so these are the topics, guys. So let's understand first point our like destination net one-to-one mapping. Okay, so first we'll try to use understand like in which case destination net is basically required, guys. Okay, so okay, so let's consider the example. So this is the public internet, guys. Okay, so for example, someone is seated here. Okay, for example, consider this is the person who is sitting on the internet, and consider here there is one DMZ switches, and with that switch our DMZ server is connected. Let's consider this is our HTTP server, guys. HTTP server. Okay, this is HTTP server, guys. Okay, so this is only possible through destination net, guys. So if you want like someone from outside trying to hit our egress interface, outside world IP 101.1.1, it should be NATed with our DMZ server IP address, private IP, for example, 10.2.2.10. So this is the DMZ server IP, private IP address. So to achieving this goal, we generally use destination net. It is only possible through destination net. Destination net basically it is bidirectional also. Like these people can communicate with this server and this server can communicate with these people. So for achieving this goal, we use destination net, guys. But when you try to add a security policy in NAT, there is flow different, and I will try to show in the lab. So this is the actual definition, actual purpose of destination net. Okay. In short, I can again tell you guys, someone from outside is hitting our outside world IP, and then we'll try to tell our firewall, okay, if someone from outside is hitting this our outside world IP, please get this map with this IP. Okay. So this is called destination net. Okay. So let me try to explain my lab scenario also, and then we'll try to implement it, guys. Okay. So this is our DMZ server. Okay. Let me take the pen here also so that I can explain you. Okay. This is our DMZ server, guys. Its IP is 10.2.2.10, and this is the PC. This is the person, we can say it is seated somewhere on the internet. Okay. And when this person is trying to hit our outside world IP 192.168.1.108, it should be mapped with this IP 10.2.2.10. So this is called destination net, and this communication only possible generally with the help of DNAT only, guys. So in that case of scenario, we use destination net in the production. Okay. So let's try to log into the firewall, guys, and then we'll try to implement it. Okay, come to the firewall. So we have already configured interface, that is fine. So we need to come to the like policies and come to the NAT, and there is already one NAT is there. So we'll try to add on top of that. So we can give the name like destination NAT, one-to-one mapping, one-to-one mapping. Okay, I'm putting name like that. What the original packet, guys? So source zone is outside. Okay, destination zone is also outside. People generally get confused in this area. Okay, so let's consider this PC, or we can say this person is seated somewhere on the internet, right? So this is the part of outside, and this is hitting our outside world IP. So it is also part of the outside zone. So that is the reason we use destination zone is outside, because our outside world IP is also seated on the internet. It the part of outside, and the people who is trying to access our that outside world IP, it is also the part of outside. So that's it. They call our source zone is outside, destination zone outside. Interface, if you are sure, we can take it. Otherwise, you can say, and we can use service when we'll do the port redirection, guys. Okay. Source address any, because you are not sure who is coming from internet. So just keep source address any. But destination address, we need to put our external IP, guys. And if you're not sure what is there in this, we can say like in this address, then we need to just delete it, and we can add directly. So 192.168.1.108. Okay. Source zone outside, destination zone also outside. Source address any, and destination address will be our outside world IP address 1.108. Okay. So this is how original packet look like. So we are telling to firewall like if packet look like this, then please translate it aesthetically with IP 10 dot 2 dot 2 dot 2 dot 10. Let me cross check again. 10 dot 2 dot 2 dot 10. 10 dot 2 dot 2 dot 10. Yes. Port, it is basically required when we do generally do the redirection, port redirection. Okay. So we'll see that part in upcoming session. Okay. So that's it. So our destination net is added, and we'll try to move on the top, guys. Okay. Move on the top. Then we also need to add our security policy, because whatever policy, security policy we have, just that is for our inside to outside, not from outside to inside. So we can add one policy here, and we can give the name like DNAT policy, right? What is source, guys? Source zone is outside. Destination zone, here we need to use the actual zone where our DMZ server is hosted. So it is the part of DMZ. And here people get confused, and even if you're giving interview, they ask the question like if you are adding destination net, what will be the packet look like in original packet, and how we can add the security policy, and in security policy destination zone, like the which zone we need to mention in the destination zone, like DMZ or outside. So even this is my experience, guys. Even when I was giving interview, they ask question like that, like when you are adding destination net, and if you are adding security policy in destination zone, which zone we need to consider. So always take in mind, this zone is actual zone where DMZ server is hosted. Okay, where your server is hosted. If it is your server is the part of inside, we need to keep inside. If your server is the part of DMZ zone, we need to keep DMZ. Okay. Okay, guys. And what is the destination address? Again, same 192.168.1.108. This is our outside world IP, egress interface IP. Okay. Application we can keep any. Otherwise, we can consider like we can allow like SSH, ping. It depends upon the requirement. So here is a lab environment, that is fine. I'm keeping services also any action allow. Then we can put this rule on the top, guys. We can move on the top, okay, and then we can commit it. And then we'll try to access the DMZ server from this outside PC, guys. See, if routing is good, it should be work. Otherwise, we need to add route here. I think routing is good. Let's try. Meanwhile, commit is going on. Okay, commit is going on. Commit is 99% completed. Okay, let me try to access from here. HTTP 192.168.1.108. Okay, I think routing is missing here, guys. So let me add here. So seems like there is no any routing here towards our 10 to 10. So let's try to add the routing. Okay. Okay, okay. So actually this router was basically not up, guys. So that is the reasons maybe. Yeah. So मैं क्या करता हूँ, I'm just pausing this video for some times so that अपना session long ना हो, and then I will try to fix this routing part and then we'll try to achieve it. Okay. Yes, guys. So actually, I have fixed the routing issue. Actually, issue was like for this PC, default gateway for should be this interface IP address. Okay, so that by default, this PC default traffic will send to the this router, SP router, and then it will send to the firewall, guys. Okay, so I have added the routing and I have modify in the default gateway for this PC, and now we can see like we are able to access our outside world IP address, and we can say like when I'm trying to access our outside world IP, it is pointing to the username and password. So once I will put the username, password, admin, and password is like 123. So this is our DMZ server, guys. Which one server? This server. So now the people who is sitting on the internet is now successfully access our DMZ server. So this is the beauty of destination net, guys, in Palo Alto. So while adding NAT, we should be specific about the flow and the process. Otherwise, it will not work. So the issue was like this PC has default gateway like this internet, which was wrong. So I have pointed default gateway to this interface IP address so that this traffic will send to this ISP router and this will send to the firewall and firewall is sent to the DMZ server. So this is our this is this is how our communication will happen, guys. Okay, let me try to log into the firewall through CLI and we'll try to see the some session also 192.168.137.104. Pass username admin and let me put the password. Okay, we can increase the setting guys appearance so that we can easily understand. Okay, just run the command show session all. Okay, so it's showing no active session at the moment. Now it is showing guys. Let me try to initiate the traffic again. See guys, now we are now we are able to see the proper sessions. Okay, see, so the people from outside is trying to hit which IP 192.168.1.10. This is our outside world IP and it is trying to hit on the port 80 and now it is getting translated to our DMZ IP, DMZ server IP 10.2.2.10 with port 80. So here we are not using redirection of the port, but in the coming session we'll try to use the option for redirecting the port. So for example, if people from internet are trying to hit on the port 443, it should be redirected to 80. So this is how our destination net, work on the Palo Alto firewall. This is how we can configure. This is how we can test it, guys. Okay. And this IP, the source IP 192.168.137.104. This is the this computer IP address, guys. Okay. And it is from outside and it try to use the port protocol number 6, that is TCP, and 192.168.131.114. This is the source IP and this is the source port. Okay, when it will come to the firewall, it's getting netted with 10.2.2.10 with port 80. So someone from outside is trying to hit our outside world IP on the port 80 and it is getting netted with the 10.2.2.10 with port 80 because redirection of port we are not using here. Okay. We can also run this command running NAT policy. So we have two NAT configure. One is source NAT and this is the destination NAT for one-to-one mapping. Okay. One thing I also want to show guys before closing this session, if you come to the device and if you go to troubleshooting and we can select here like NAT policy match and from zone inside to outside, sorry, from outside to DMZ and source we can consider 192.168.137.114. Destination is, for example, 10.2.2.10. Destination port 80. TCP. So it's showing no rule matched. If destination we can try like 192.168.1.108. Then we'll try to educate. Okay. If we'll try to the outside. So see, in result, we are able to see like destination and one-to-one, whatever we have added. If you're using source IP is the user who is sitting on the internet. And in destination, we are trying to use our outside world IP address, that's egress interface IP address, and destination port 80 and port code TCP. So it's matching the NAT rule, which we added just now, guys, destination at one-to-one mapping. Okay, so this is how we can use destination net for one-to-one mapping. This is how we can check the session. This is how we can check the rule, and that's it, guys. So if you really like these efforts, please like, share, subscribe as much as possible. In next upcoming session, I'm going to show you like port redirection, then destination U-turn net, and DNS rewrite features in destination net. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your time. Let's meet on next session.